Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Come Play podcast. This is episode 34, and today we start with three of us, but our boy Zach will be joining us later. But for now, it's me, Bobby, and Brendy.
About
So what's
fucking
up,
time
guys?
he comes back.
I have one request for the show, Bobby.
Hmm.
Can we change the fucking intro music?
What? Yo, that's
No.
hype, bro.
To what? 3-6 Mafia, our national anthem? Is that what you're asking?
No, I want it changed to what is that song? The devil song. Are you ready for the devil?
Bro,
Let's see if we can get those copyrights, and I'll get back to you.
Do not disrespect that intro. It's like,
Okay, I'm not gonna lie. It sounds good, but that beginning part, like, seriously pisses me off.
you know who pisses me off? You, okay? Fuck
Yeah,
That's why we do a
I'm sure.
podcast.
You want to fight, bud?
We're starting off the show hot. So yeah, it's us three now. Zach is currently leaving work, which he adores so much, and he will be joining us soon.
Privileges.
So today on the show we are going to be talking. Can we get it together, boys? Today on the show we're going to be talking about NHL 20 release, the Red Dead Redemption 2 online update, and we're going to talk about old video games we used to play. So a little bit more of a laid back podcast. I don't know what that noise was. Okay.
Yeah, I'm really
Sorry.
just...
And of course, we're going to do our NFL picks later, and in case you missed it. But we're going to start with NHL 20. Game got released a week ago from today. Me, Bobby, and Brendy have gotten our hands on it, and Zach hasn't because he refuses to.
I was about to say, he's good.
I was going to say, by the way, on the podcast, proclaimed that he would get it, and then proceeded not to get it.
Oh, did he actually say it on the show? I didn't remember that.
I thought he said he would get it if it was on sale.
Yeah, so that's what he said.
I remember on the show back in like June or July, he said, I will get NHL 20. Like, I remember it vividly.
It's probably because I think he admitted at one point that if we were all going to keep playing it and grind it out, that he'd probably be forced to buy it. But now I think he's really, this was probably months ago, so he dealt with more NHL 19 bullshit. So I think now he's on the train of, nope, I've been a lot happier without this fucking game in my life, and I'm not going to buy it until it's on sale.
He actually said the other day to me and Bobby, Brendy wasn't there, he was like, I'm so much happier. My life is so much better that I don't have to play this game.
Well,
which, it hasn't happened yet, but there's going to be a point in time when all four of us are on, and us three are going to want to play NHL. And then for him, it's like, boo-hoo. But, it hasn't happened yet.
And it's also like, I do kind of feel for him though, because he works a lot. Like, the dude works a lot, right? Like, he's worked doubles, 12-hour shifts. He's worked like a 16-hour shift before. It's ridiculous. And he goes through that day, right? And it's a long day, no matter what way you put it. And then he comes back and he's like, okay, time to sit down and relax and unwind with some nice video games. And we're all like, let's play NHL, the game that just completely pisses him off. And he doesn't have a choice in the matter because it's either play with us or play by himself. Yeah. So he gets a little pissy about it. So I do kind of feel for him though. But I am convinced, I'm putting it out there right now that he's not waiting until the sale. He's gonna end up buying it one way or another. It's either because he's inebriated or because we end up forcing him to. It's gonna be one of the two or both.
I will say, like, as of right now, like, we as a group are not online enough together for him to, like, warrant to buy it. So, like, if, like, me and Tyler have been playing it for a bit, and, like, Zach has, like, joined occasionally, but, like, it hasn't happened too often.
Mm-hmm.
So if it happened more often, then maybe we could, do a little bit of more convincing. I will say, we did get him to say, like, if it was on sale for $40, he said it depends on my mood for the day. I remember him saying that.
For somebody who always flaunts his money, it's funny that he's like that. For a $20 difference is a big thing.
Wow.
Anyway.
He's just refusing to pay full price because he just doesn't want to give EA the satisfaction.
Exactly. It's against his morals.
Yeah, he wants to make a point that this game is not worth $60. This game is maybe worth 40. Like, he just doesn't believe that. So anyway.
So anyway, we have gotten hands on with it for the past week. Me and Bobby actually did a stream on release and played for about 3 hours and until like 3 in the morning, I think it was. Or 2:30.
I was fucking dead the next day. It was ridiculous.
Yeah.
Look, speak of the fucking devil. Look at this motherfucker that just joined the chat.
What's good, fellas?
We were just talking shit about you.
we mentioned NHL 20 and Zach comes running along.
You know what?
I got something to say about this.
I was expecting him to leave the chat as soon as you had said the word N, honestly, or the letter N. I was expecting him to just run.
So let's actually get into the stuff about the gameplay now that we've been babbling about Zach.
Well, hold on. We talked a bunch of shit about him without him stating his point.
Yeah, come on, let's re-talk the shit so I can
We were talking about your resilience to buy this game and
your flaunting of money.
Well, hold on. Now that's out of context.
No, it's fucking not.
Yeah, that's literally exactly what we said.
No.
Play it back. I want to play back.
No,
this is what happened.
The shit here.
I'll explain exactly what happened. We were talking about how the game, how we were gonna get into how the game was, and we were saying how you were so, against it, and you would pay $40 for it, not $60. And I said, for a guy who flaunts his money so much, I'm surprised the $20 difference is such a big deal.
Hey, I spend my money on stuff that brings me joy. Okay.
Like whatever new Nike Air Force Ones are out at the time, because that's what it seems like all you tweet about.
I'm going to a Bass Nectar concert.
Or that, yeah. If you follow Zach on Twitter, you're getting one of like 3 things. 1, how he's running for sheriff in whatever fucking county he's in. 2, whatever new Air Force Ones are out. Or 3, Bass Nectar. That's literally what you get when you follow Zach on Twitter.
Those are the 3 things I tweet about. Hey, come on, let's be fair. Let's be fair here, man. I tweeted about some Air Max 97s yesterday.
Oh, my bad. Sorry. I'm not a fucking sneakerhead. All I just saw was like, oh, Zach's tweeting about shoes again. Fucking block.
Or just some wild conspiracy I have.
Yeah. So, how do you feel about the Area 51 raid there, bud? You got any conspiracies about that?
I mean, no.
Love it. You heard it here first.
Yeah, so let's get into some gameplay. So, the first thoughts from my perspective, I think there is some positive changes. Sure, I think my number one thing for me is the how I think they were saying the contextual shot animations. I think that's how they were describing it.
Yeah,
that's very improved, and I like that a lot. It's a lot easier and a lot more fluent to get shots off from not bad angles, but like weird player positions, I guess. And like if your guy's in a weird stance, he can adjust better and get a better shot off. That's been the big thing. Like that's definitely my favorite thing. Also, I do like the new I don't know how they would describe it, but like the puck pickups when you're like skating already, or like when you're making a pass, your guy doesn't stop, he continues to skate. I think it makes the game more fluent. Those have been the 2 things. Unfortunately, I hate to say this because I want to love this game, but like for me, there's still more bad than good, and I'm totally okay with admitting that. Like I'm not gonna sit here and say, oh yeah, it's a great game. Like I love it. Like the AI, I'm pretty sure has gotten worse from last year, and the goalies are not improved. The glitch goals still work. It's funny. One of the big YouTube guys in the community, his name is Nasher. It goes on YouTube.
I was watching his stream.
Yeah, so he's been he's a big advocate for NHL, and he's actually really brought the esports community to NHL, and he's done a really good job. But he's not afraid to say yeah, this game is there's problems with this game, and he's getting frustrated with certain things because it's the same stuff every year. It's like the AI is still really bad, and like me and Brendy's favorite thing is we'll be on a 2-on-1. It's me and him, and there's a computer. I'll go to make the cross crease pass. Their computer just stops and gives us an open lane. It's very annoying.
Yeah, they literally just completely give up, and there's no setting to change that.
Yeah, because we've been trying to mess with settings this year. One thing we didn't do from last year, and to some extent, you can kind of stop. Like they play better in some circumstances, but
they usually play better offensively. Yeah, the settings are more about offense than defense.
Yeah, it's more high pressure, whatever, and so it's better for offense. They get more chances, but yeah, defensively, it's still a problem. There's still the glitch goals, like the one-handed cheese as we call it, or yeah, you know, like that.
One-handed cheese, dude.
Mm-hmm.
That's not how we say it. The cheese slide.
cheese
slide.
Yeah. My bad.
One-handed. What kind of cheese you want on your burger? I'll take the one-handed cheese.
The backhand works basically every time. That little shot that I do doesn't work as well now, but it's still kind of a thing. So yeah, it's still glitch goals, but that's my take. I think this game, I'll say the same thing like I did when we were talking about this pre-release. I think we were talking about NHL 19, and I was saying that I think that they should have. They're talking about all the things that are improving for NHL 20, and I'm like, that should be a patch. I feel like I'm gonna have the same thing in about 2 months. It's like, why is this still not fixed? How has this not been patched? But yeah, I'm not happy with the product. I think I'm just happy because I'm playing an NHL game, but like I am still very pissed.
So yeah. I just want to say, like, I have this, like, I'm trying to decide if it's a conspiracy theory or if it's like, you know, a proven law. Basically, my theory is like a new NHL game comes out and they do release updates for it, but it makes the game worse on purpose. So that like when the new game comes out, they can say, oh, like we got this new and improved. Like they do it like very slowly and very gradually over the course of a year, so that like you like don't really notice it, you know? Because I feel like when we were talking about NHL 19 coming out, like we were talking about how like it feels really smooth like compared to the previous games, and like now we're saying the same exact thing for NHL 20. So it's like,
well, I think that's always going to be the case because like if a game feels different, like that's the first thing you're going to notice, and usually in that case it's an improvement, so you're going to notice that first. But like once you actually get into the game, you're going to see the flaws in it, you know?
I mean, I guess, but it just, I guess from my perspective, it's like I've played so many NHL. I've basically played every NHL since NHL 09, like every single year. So I've noticed like these little things. It's like I just feel like they do it on purpose, like make the game worse, like as it goes on, like just very slightly.
But I guess what would they do that for though? I guess
because it's EA.
I mean, I will say, like
I'm not even kidding.
He actually had said this like in like the latter half of NHL 19, and to some extent, I actually thought like he might
be onto something.
Yeah, because I'm like some of the stuff that was happening in the beginning of the year like wasn't. I'm sorry, some of the stuff that was happening at the end of the year, like the bullshit, wasn't happening at the beginning of the year, and yeah, so I thought he might have been onto something, but yeah, it's unfortunately like
write it down, like it's Brendy's theory, like that's the Brendon theory.
I will say this for Zach's side, like if I'm him, like if I was in his position listening to us talk about the game, there's no fucking chance I'm buying the game.
Yeah,
are you kidding me,
dude? It's like, I'm not paying $60 for a game that's not complete. Like that's the bottom line.
God.
Yeah, and yeah. So I mean, like I wouldn't either, and unfortunately, it's kind of the same bullshit every year. I mean, I feel like it's been since I was watching 2BC Productions on YouTube back in like NHL 11, and you know,
how's it going, boys? Johnny Superman here.
9 years ago, he was talking about how bad the AI are, and look where we are. Like it hasn't really changed.
I'll say so from my side of things at the moment, I've been pretty optimistic about the game, and holy shit, I can't believe I'm saying this. I've been playing Hut quite a bit by myself, which is weird. I am at the moment just completely refusing to put any money into it because I've never really done that, just because to me it's like the game's gone in a year and I have to do this all over again. So I just definitely don't have the funds to do that kind of thing. But I'm playing a lot of the squad battles, which is the like there's voted on teams that you challenge, and you can get it actually has a ranking system now. So it basically is the team of the week, but with more teams. So you can, there's a team of the week like it was last year, but then there's other teams that get voted on that you play, and it's like, oh, it's the Maple Leafs, but it has like fucking Hextall and net for some reason. Like, typical Hut stuff.
It actually, sorry to cut you off, but it came over from FIFA. Did that last year.
Is that what it is?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so and it's really cool. I've been enjoying that quite a bit. I haven't played online Hut yet because I know I'm gonna get mad and I know I'm gonna get shit on as soon as I get into the game because I still got like 70 something overalls on my team right now. So, once I figure out how to play the market a little bit, I might be able to get a better team. But for now, I'm just been playing that. The Eliminator is pretty damn cool.
Yeah.
That's been a lot of fun too. EA, this is so fucking simple. It's like you skipped over it. Why the fuck did you let couch ones be a thing, but not like private match ones? I really don't understand. I feel like that's going backwards. Like, okay, here's ones mode. Okay, cool. You can only play random. Okay, cool. So for next year, can you add where you can play with your friends? Yeah, when you guys are on the same console. Wait, what? Who the fuck does that anymore? Honestly, like I'm sure there's people who do, but still, man.
I just want to be clear for like the ones thing. Like I think all four of us are in agreement where it's like if they had private match ones, like we would be 100% okay with like not getting any experience.
Right, dude.
Like we just want to chill and play ones.
It would be so much fun for us. We'd be just killing each other on that ice.
And the goalies are fucking terrible too.
Yeah.
I mean, the leveling system, I felt like really wasn't a big part of the game in NHL 19.
Right.
I mean, it was just kind of, I just played because I wanted to play with you guys, not because I gave a fuck about leveling up.
I mean,
what do you get from leveling up? Like celebrations and shit, and let's be honest.
You get bags, you just get more bags.
Yeah, I mean, like, so it's all cosmetic stuff. Like, no one gives a fuck about that.
Or unless you care for achievements or something like that, because, like, you get achievement for hitting level 50.
I don't know, man. I like farting on the goalie whenever I score. It's pretty satisfying.
Yeah, that's been a fun celebration to play with. I hit the goalie so fucking much just because I'm always doing, cross crease one-timers. And my guy's just celebrating in the net, like, every fucking goal. And it's just the weirdest thing.
I will say, like, scoring a goal on ESHL now is really weird since I don't have my slide unlocked yet.
Yeah. I don't even know what I got on now.
You do a fucking bird flap.
Yeah, it's cruise. That's off bird flap.
I just won the Memorial Cup in Be a Pro with the Hamilton Bulldogs.
Yeah, I mean, I know I used to be like a franchise guy in NHL, but and be a pro to some extent, but like I am basically strictly EASHL now. Like, I'm assuming those game modes really didn't change. I think in franchise they added like the ability to like hire and fire coaches now. Only 15 years behind, but like, yeah. I mean, honestly, like with NHL at this point, I'm looking more at like gameplay changes than on off ice stuff. Excuse me. Because it's just been so bad for so long, but that's just how it is. And like I said, I've kind of, I don't know why I feel bad for talking shit about the game because I just love NHL and like, obviously that's the closest. That's the closest I'm gonna get to playing, competitive, professional hockey. So maybe that's my bias against it. But I have to shit on it. Like it's just not good, and it has been for a long time.
I'll say this. I'll be the optimist for right now. Just because I haven't had too many run-ins. I know. Oh, I just realized we lost. Okay, hi Brendy, welcome back.
Sorry about that.
Oh, good. No, I mean I'm gonna be the optimist just to kind of play the other side of the coin here because I've been playing quite a bit and have been kind of dabbling in basically every mode besides franchise so far. I've played Chell a lot, played the ones. I even was grinding threes the other day. I've been playing some Hut, but I haven't really been playing online, and I've been playing Be a Pro just because I like Be a Pro. It's a lot of fun. And so far, just mechanics wise, doesn't seem to be too much bullshit going on. The only thing that I've noticed, especially in like the Hut squad battles, is that man, the computers are either really good at setting up plays in front of the net, or the goalie just can't stop a dime. Like it's absurd. Like I set my team for collapsing protect net, right, which is kind of I believe is the standard for Hut teams is get in front of the net because you can block a shot pretty easy. But honestly, how is it that you break my formation of everybody kind of hanging in front of the net and all of a sudden there's a guy open on the other side and somehow the goalie's just not expecting it, like at any point in time? It's kind of absurd. And the plays seem to have around nowhere. You can actually feel when you're going to get scored on against a computer team. It's absurd. Like if you are in the corner of your own zone and you lose the puck, you better believe there's probably going to be a goal coming, because for some reason his other teammates stayed inside the zone, and for whatever reason he's in front of the net now. So just expect like a chop pass to the front for the fucking corner. It's absurd. It's really bad. That's the bad part.
The fact that you like are okay with playing computers is like insane to me. Like you wouldn't play.
I haven't lost a game yet, honestly.
I know, but it's just infuriating.
Oh no, I'm not gonna deny that it is, but it just I've kind of figured out most of the counters. Just that I can't stop. Even on Superstar, I'm playing on Superstar. I've been fine. Just that's the stuff that almost lost me a couple of games. So there's that.
Yeah, I mean for us, I feel like we just keep saying like it's kind of the same and it's not really much improvements, which is unfortunate. But
I have a GIF or GIF whatever to show.
You said it right the first time.
Okay.
Even though you love to say GIF.
Yeah. I'm trying to find the second one that I originally saw, but I got this other one already queued up that's pretty fucking funny. So let me here, if you guys want to check out the stream real quick, if you can, or I can just link it in the chat.
Yeah, do that.
Yeah, let me do that. Yeah, so let me put that in the chat real quick, and then I will show it on the screen. I will describe it for audio listeners in a second. Sorry, I'm taking forever. My setup's a little wonky. Okay.
Well, I was gonna say in the meantime we can.
Okay. This is just placeholder. Ignore what I. Ignore.
Okay.
This is just placeholder because I can go back and edit that message. Right. There you go. There's the GIF that I'm gonna show on screen. So I'm gonna show it on screen right now. Yeah, I got it. Okay.
The fact that the caption is "this game is so good."
Yeah, just so you gotta watch this, and I'll describe for the audio listeners. So basically, you got this player limping back to the ice with what appears to be a broken leg, and he's trying to get into the boards, but nobody is opening the door for him. So he's basically just skating in a circle in front of his own bench, like still hobbling, like really bad. And I think he like phases into the bench.
Don't forget, like literally someone like goes into the bench like in front of him too.
Yeah,
like it's like so it's literally
look at this.
It's not that the bench is broken. It's just that he's broken.
And this is in the Hut Squad battles.
Dude, I like how the ref keeps on blocking him from getting in.
Yeah, right. And he keeps sitting there. Look at that.
He almost had it.
Yep, he almost had it there. Yep.
So
I wanted to share it. So
I was gonna say, based on watching that GIF, you can see if you want to buy the game or not.
And there's also the one I was originally looking for was and that's from Reddit user D6. Or no, I'm sorry, XX Bruins 37XX on the NHL Hut subreddit. But there was another one I was looking for where a guy got hit, and you know the animation, like where he kind of like flails his arms while as he goes to the ground. Picture that, and then think of it in reverse. So basically, he flails his arms and he goes down to the ice because he just got hit, and then all of a sudden he just floats back up the same way, like fucking Exorcist. I was trying to find that, but I can't find that. I know we kind of need to move on, but. I was trying to find that originally, but I found that instead, which I think definitely kind of gets the point across. Overall, though, I'll say I'm happy right now. The presentation stuff is cool. It's something we haven't mentioned yet, like the slow-mo replays. It's just annoying that you can't skip them. That's my only complaint about it. But otherwise, that looks fine. I'm sure once I play more Chell with the guys here that I'm going to discover more of the BS that's definitely hidden in this game. And yes, momentum is still a thing in case EA keeps trying to deny it. Momentum is still a fucking thing in this game. Don't ever believe otherwise. Anyway.
Yeah, so we're gonna end our NHL discussion there.
Thank God.
Yeah, Zach's so we're doing the show a little backwards this week. Since Zach's here now, we're gonna do his thought of the week.
Yeah, sorry, I had to make money or whatever those adults are doing these days.
To buy hot packs on NHL 20.
Well, actually, I have two thoughts of the week, and I'm gonna leave it up to you guys to pick one.
Okay.
So I'll tell you it's A and B. A is what the fuck. B is pretty normal. It's pretty normal.
We gotta go with what the fuck.
Yeah, we have to,
that's
right?
what I'm thinking. We gotta go with the what the fuck one.
Oh boy, I'm scared already.
All right. Would you rather shit fingernails or cry hair?
I'll just say right off the bat, I'd probably shit fingernails. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Yeah. I kind of feel like I know what the majority is gonna be.
Yeah, I'd probably go with shit fingernails.
Yeah, but here the thing is, like, you're shitting at least once a day. How much are you actually crying?
I mean, I can hold it, man.
I mean, are you a sad boy like me?
Well, I don't know.
I'm gonna start eating a lot more fiber, my friend.
Yeah. I was gonna say, yeah, if you eat your fiber, this is a pretty easy answer. By the way, shout out to Ricardo in the chat, who is definitely freaked out from this question at the moment. I love it.
Yeah, he hasn't watched enough episodes.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, like, if you're shitting fingernails, like, oh, it goes in the toilet and then it's gone. Like, you gotta clean up the hair.
Yeah, but what if you have diarrhea?
I mean, it's a lot of fingernails, I guess. I don't know.
I mean, how does this work? My question is because
You're asking the question.
I'm loving the response from Ricardo.
I know. He's saying he's used to worse, but this is nothing special. But his original emote that he put in there was fucking fantastic.
I'm recruiting you guys to help me lay down some rules for this Would You Rather. So
okay, I mean the hair one. I'm trying to think. I don't think I'm a massive crier. I don't cry very often. But I'd still choose the shitting just because crying hair. You know what? My allergies suck. So I might not be like full blown crying, but I'll definitely be tearing up. So if I'm tearing up and there's just those little pieces of hair, I'm gonna be pissed.
Yeah, I was about to say, like,
I kind of feel like there's already weird stuff coming out of my asshole. So I mean,
you need to see a fucking doctor if you're saying that kind of shit.
I really don't want stuff coming out of my eyeballs.
Yeah. So Zach, if you're crying hair, does that like mean like only like sad crying, or like if I'm like laughing really hard and tears come out?
I mean, I guess we'll put it this way: your tears are replaced with hair.
So, oh my god,
I laugh a lot.
Yeah. So I was gonna say, like, and like I said, my allergies tear up, and like it produces like a little bit of tear. If that's just hair, that's gotta be the most uncomfortable fucking thing on the planet, honestly.
Also, is it like a long strand of like girl hair, or is it or like little like 1-inch pieces?
God damn it.
These are all questions.
I just imagine crying, and then like my chair around me looks like I just got a fucking haircut.
Yeah, you're crying, and an entire dreadlock comes out of your eyeball.
Oh my god, that shit's like thick too a lot of the time, isn't it? Christ.
Oh yeah.
It's like a fucking PVC pipe.
Jesus. I'm going.
Okay, I will say, like, there are times like when like the four of us are on Xbox, and like I will literally be laughing so hard that I'm like rolling on the ground in tears.
Yeah,
like,
that happens.
That would be
frightening.
Yep. I also have like I will find like my girlfriend's hair around, and she has pretty damn long hair, and somehow like it'll end up like on my shirt or something. And like even if like something, even though it's thin, just the length of it I think would scare the fuck out of me if that was coming out of my eye. You know what I mean? Like I don't
feel like it wouldn't come out smoothly. You'd have to kind of
exactly. You have to like work it out.
Would you have to like pull on it to like make it come out? Like if you're done.
I am no longer enjoying this. But context. I hate eye stuff. Like if I ever watched a movie of like, and it has like I don't know. I've seen movies where there's like a weird scene of like someone gets stabbed in the eye. The one I can think of was like Terminator 2, where the officer just gets stabbed in the eye. And I'm sitting there like, oh no, I cringe. It's like the only gory thing that drives me crazy.
Didn't you used to date someone that was like obsessed with eye stuff as well? Like, she like wanted to touch your eye or something.
No, I don't think it was that. I'm trying to remember that conversation. No, I think
you told me about that.
She was probably trying to annoy me. Was probably what it was, because she knew I didn't like eye stuff. Was probably what, like playfully, like she's not coming up to me and jabbing me in the eye.
I thought she was just like had like some sort of eye fetish or something.
No. What the fuck? No.
I'll preface it all by saying that you only experience the pain when it's happening. Like you're not gonna have like any lasting damage from this happening.
I mean, I would hope not. I don't know. I'm still going with the fingernails.
It's just some weird like dark art shit that happens.
I mean, are you getting like shredded by these fingernails like on the way out?
So
that's my only question with this, because we haven't elaborated on that yet.
So Zach, I do have a special request. So like I work at Jimmy John's. I slice onions 5 days a week. So I have a question. It's like, is there an exception for cutting onions?
Oh no, dude! If you're crying, it's hair coming out.
He's gonna get fired too, because the hair's gonna end up in the onion and then on somebody's sandwich.
Exactly. Yeah. And like
the goggles, man.
Well, so it doesn't happen to me all the time. Like
onion goggles.
My eyes are really weird because so sometimes I will literally I'll slice 8 onions and not have a problem, and then I'll slice one the next day and I'm crying like a baby. So it's it's very inconsistent for me.
My aunt, whenever she's over and helping my mother cook or whatever, sometimes anytime there's onions involved, it's like a waterfall down her face, every fucking time. And
it's not a waterfall for me. It's just I gotta. It's not a waterfall for me. It's just oh, I just gotta step out of the room for a second. My eyes are hurting.
I don't cut onions very often, but when I do, I feel it. I definitely feel why you're crying, but I'm not crying my eyes out. You know what I mean?
Oh, dude, when you have to cut 50 onions, you feel it.
Yeah.
It doesn't happen over just one.
Yeah, Tyler, your problem is that you probably just haven't done it enough.
He's gotta wear goggles no matter what, even in real life where this doesn't happen. I mean, just so he doesn't cry. Ricardo has a easy answer to this problem, gentlemen. In Twitch chat, he says, "Just don't cry. It's easy."
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You know what? I'm on board.
So yeah, I'm voting with the shitting fingernails.
I'm going with that.
I'm talking about if you have tears, it's not just crying.
Yeah, it's anything.
If it's any tears,
I guess I did say cry hair in the original question. So you know what? I will say that it's only if you cry.
Okay.
Well,
even still,
I would still go with fingernails.
Yeah,
for sure.
I'll deal with that.
Same.
I just hope I don't fucking kill the.
It's unanimous vote.
Wow, unanimous.
It's more controlled.
This is the first.
Yeah, it really is.
Is this our first unanimous hot take?
Out of my eyes, man. I know what it feels like when I get an eyelash or
yeah, it sucks.
A piece of dust or something in my eye. It fucking sucks, man.
I got a piece of dirt in my eye from wrestling somebody. We were just messing around, and I fell in the grass and a piece of dirt got in my eye. I had to fish it out. It was nasty.
Oh, okay.
Dude.
We're moving on.
Yeah, I know.
Jesus, I do not like that stuff either.
I just said the same thing.
I know. I don't like any of that body stuff. Bones breaking. That's not.
Do I have a experimental Japanese film for you?
No, we're not.
So next,
it's called Tetsuo.
My feeding tube.
We are going to move on to the second part of the first topic, which is we're going to talk about the new Red Dead Redemption.
What a segue.
Yeah, it really was.
Speaking of shooting somebody in the eye,
the Red Dead Redemption 2 online update dropped. I think it was a week and a half ago now, I'm pretty sure. I think it was September 10th, if I'm not mistaken. Me, Brendy, and Zach have gotten hands-on. I will say me and Brendy definitely the most have played it. Yeah, I think it's been a really positive update. Rockstar had said that this was going to be a summer update and it was set to come out in July, but because it's Rockstar, came out in September, but also because it's Rockstar, it's really good and made the game a lot better.
Yeah, they always they're all right, it's coming out soon, and then they delay it and they're all right, we promise for real to this time that it's coming out.
The fucking casino in Grand Theft Auto that was supposed to be there 4 years ago.
Dude, they announced that on launch. I'm pretty sure
they did.
Was coming.
I remember them saying it. And I can't find articles saying it, but I remember when GTA 5 got released, they were always talking about a casino, and it had just gotten the fucking game. God damn.
And GTA just turned 6 actually 3 days ago.
I can't even believe that. It's
absurd. And it's still a good game.
Yes.
Right? Oh, yeah, it's still popping.
Something we play daily. Well, not almost
weekly
daily.
At least.
If it's not NHL, it's probably GTA. Whenever we're online.
Right.
Yeah, me and Brendan have been grinding Red Dead because what they added is very similar to GTA, which makes sense. They added something called roles. So you have a bounty hunter, a collector, and a trader. And through those roles, it's basically like businesses in GTA. So, I shouldn't say basically. There's it's just basically missions you can do to earn money.
Yeah, it's a money-making grind they've essentially introduced.
And before this update, I really stayed away. The story phenomenal. I recommend, but online was kind of dry because number one, everything was glitched, and number two, you would do something and then it's okay, what do we do now? So this gives some incentive. Also, for somebody like Brendy and I who like hunting, this update actually is really good for hunters because for the trader role, that is a big part of that role to get money. So it's nice for us because we actually enjoy hunting and it put an emphasis on that in the game. So, Brendy, what are your thoughts on the update?
So I mean, there's kind of a lot to talk about in the update, so I'll try to briefly talk about each as best as I can. So the trader, like you said, like I love hunting in that game. It's very enjoyable just shooting stuff and like getting rewarded for it. Because originally hunting, like it was fun to do, but it was kind of pointless because like let's say I have like a high powered rifle, like they could basically one shot anything. And I go out to hunt like an elk or like a bear or something, and I get a really good skin from it after skinning it. I sell it and I get $2. Like that's very very deflating. But
Yeah.
like with this update, it's like okay, it kind of compared to like bunker missions from GTA, it's like you're basically doing resupplies. Like there's basically two ways of like getting supplies for the trader stuff. One is hunting, and like one is like actually like doing like a basic resupply. But the hunting actually kind of makes it a little bit more interesting because the better skins, the more value you would have um, for your product, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And it goes up really fast too. Like if I were to have full supplies right now, uh, it would probably be full in about like 45 minutes to an hour.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's the nice thing about it because with GTA, like you gotta wait like days for your bunker to go up, and also we haven't proven this yet, but I think it goes up when you're offline too, which something that doesn't happen in GTA, but I'm not sure on.
Right. I'm not. It just seems like it because like either that or it goes up a lot faster than we think. Well, one of the two.
Right.
And then briefly, I just want to talk about collector. So collector, I would say, is probably the thing we've been struggling with the most because, or at least in terms of like some of the things you can collect. So essentially, what the collector is like you basically have to go around. It's how would I describe it? But I'm trying to think of a good GTA comparison. But you basically just go around the map and try to find stuff like exotic flowers or arrowheads, like stuff you can collect and eventually sell to make a full collection, which you can sell to this lady and get. I'm getting a phone call. Tyler, continue.
What did we
Okay.
just say about that fucking?
I'm sure it's work related.
It,
But yeah,
it is probably work, but I'm gonna harp on him anyway.
So yeah, the collector. Yeah, you're basically getting stuff around the map to get collections, and you can sell it to the character in the game called Madame Nazar, and she will give you money for it, which actually pays really well. The problem is you get duplicates a lot, and like a lot. Like there's one set
All
that
right, sorry
only has
about that.
You're good. There's only one set that has 9 items. Me and Brendy have been grinding this for like 10 days now, and we only have 6 because we keep finding duplicates. But yeah,
Of which one?
of like for the collector, like I forget, it's like the wildflowers one. Like we keep
Dude, we
getting
don't even have
duplicates.
6. We have 3.
I have more than that now, but it's
Oh
just
no, I've got 4. That's right.
but it's because we keep getting duplicates. That's the
Right.
problem. And I don't know if there's a way to avoid that or not.
Right, but if you do manage to get the full collection, it does give a lot of money. It gives almost $200 depending on the collection.
Right, which is a lot in Red Dead.
Right. And then the bounty stuff, that's also a lot of fun. Like those are kind of just like missions you can do really quick and get like a decent amount of money. It's just capturing hog-tying criminals and bringing them back. You'll get like $15 to $20 for each one.
Yeah,
So that's
that
pretty
one.
nice.
That one's kind of the most bare bones, but I think it's the one that people gravitate toward the most, just because it's like it's action. You gotta usually kill people, and it's pretty easy. So the cool thing with that is we've discovered is they have I don't know if they release it weekly or what, but they have like a legendary bounty, which you can do and play over and over and over again until you get to 5-star difficulty, which me and Brendy just completed 4-star and got like $300 for. And as the difficulty goes up, obviously it's really friggin' hard, but you get a really nice payout. And I think that's a weekly thing they'll be doing.
And I will say, so originally, so for the starred missions, originally it was just like you just capture someone and like we brought them back. But like since we're up to 4-star now, like it was just me and Tyler, but like we had to capture 3 people, and then Tyler killed one of them. That's another note. You can actually capture the bounty like dead or alive, but obviously alive you'll get paid a little bit more. And like if you capture them dead, you'll still get paid, but it goes down a lot. So it's almost always worth it to capture it alive.
Yeah, I also want to mention the level up system they have with that, which I'm kind of on the fence about. So with these roles, they have a system where you can get unlocks to unlock special items, which is really cool. And I was really happy about it. So as you do these things, so say you're doing bounty hunting, holy moly, bounty hunting. And you capture 3 people, you might get a certain amount of XP, and then you need to get enough XP to go up levels, which is fine to get these special unlocks. The problem that I have with it that really pissed me off is like I'm like, okay, you get these tokens to unlock them, you get it. No, you have to unlock it so you can buy it. With in-game money, which is kind of dumb because they're like freaking expensive, but they are like really nice. Like I just bought a saddle that's like really really good.
And Tyler bought a lasso for $300.
Yeah, like that's what it's literally. I mean, it's a good lasso and it's helped me with missions, but like that's what you're dealing with. Like I bought like a
$300, $318.99.
I mean, like I think the saddle was like $525, and like it's really good. Don't get me wrong, but like it's hard to make money in this game. And like I said, I thought if you grinded to get these level ups, you would unlock them, but no, you have to buy them.
You know, that's crazy because GTA had the same issue right when it launched, where they had all this great stuff you could buy, but essentially no way to make money, at least in a reasonable amount of time.
Right.
Because when the game first came out, they had the adder in there, which is the GTA version of the Bugatti, for those who don't know.
Yeah.
And it costed $1 million when it first came out, and basically you could only do missions that would give you like 10 to 15,000, and that's if you were lucky and you got like the max amount for the mission.
Yeah,
I'm kind of surprised that they kind of are having the same issues with the Red Dead Online launch.
I mean, over time you'll get better rewards, like if you keep doing them. But yeah, it's definitely a grind for sure.
I think the new update is definitely a step in the right direction because at least for me, it kind of seems like the game is still kind of lacks something, and I don't know what it lacks, but it's just like I found myself getting kind of bored, and maybe it's having to ride the horse around, and that can be kind of grindy.
We know.
Like seriously grindy.
I mean, the last thing I kind of want to touch on about this update, which a lot of people aren't happy about, is the essentially the basically a battle pass like they have in Fortnite for Red Dead. Which sounds cool and all, except you got to pay 35 gold for it, which you can you can get over time in game. But essentially, like if you were to buy 35 gold, I think that would cost you about $15 of real money. And people weren't really happy about that. Now, if you get the pass, it looks like you actually, like, say you bought it for 35 gold. Through that pass, you would actually get 35 gold again, so you'd make it back. It's just that, to actually get to that point. But a lot of people are really pissed about that.
I will say though, like the stuff that comes in that actually looks pretty sick.
Yeah. I think so, at least. But it's just that commitment to actually buy, because that's a lot. Like it takes a lot to get the 35 gold in the game if you're not paying. But yeah, I think in my opinion, I think it's been a good update. It gave something to do, and I think I mean the game has only been out for less than a year, I think. So there's going to be more added, I'm sure, and to make it better. But yeah, that's our thoughts on both those games. If I think Brendy's done, and again, great game.
Final thought: the update is good. It still kind of has some things I feel like they need to add. Because it definitely filled that void a little bit where you're kind of just riding around your horse or whatever, you're slaughtering a town, whatever you do.
And occasionally doing
Red
one
Dead.
mission.
Yeah.
But,
Before this update, that game was dead.
yeah, so I think the future for it is looking bright.
I agree. And with that, we will wrap up the first topic of our podcast here. We're going to move on to In Case You Missed.
All right, guys. So I have a solution for all of our lazy asses. So
it's gonna work.
So I present to you guys. I've just sent it to Bobby. So Bobby, please share it with the stream. I present to you guys a wearable chair that will basically allow you to sit whenever the fuck you want.
I've seen this. I actually have some input.
I saw that video and the guy was wearing the chair when he got on a bus. I'm like, where the fuck's he gonna sit?
Just gonna sit in the middle row, man. So yeah, I've seen this before. I'm gonna show it on stream right now.
Right, and try your best to describe it if you can.
Sorry
because
if you hear sounds. There we go. All right, yeah, I'm gonna full screen this. You can start talking. I got it up.
Yeah. Okay. So it's kind of a funny design. It kind of looks like if you slip and fall the wrong way, it could like basically get shoved up your ass if you're not careful. It literally just looks like you have a robot legs on your ass dangling with you at all times.
Yeah, and then you just kind of sit.
Yeah, and it looks incredibly uncomfortable. That's another thing.
For me, it's like I have arthritis in my back, and I mean it'll be cool for like 5 minutes, and then I'm like, oh, I really wish I had a fucking backrest on this thing. I will say from what I've seen, I don't think it was this video I originally saw. I remember seeing this a while ago. They said it was really good for like blue collar like factory workers, you know, who are kind of on their feet every day. If they can like sit down for a second while they're doing something a little bit more menial,
right?
Then this is good for them, and I can see why.
Right. So the chair is actually called a Lex, Lex. And apparently one of the major things that it's supposed to help with is posture, which is why it doesn't slope down all the way. Well, no. So like look at the video and like notice like they actually like kind of have good posture whenever they sit.
Okay.
Like notice like the back is straight and all that, but that's an interesting point that you made about the blue collar workers.
Yeah.
I mean, it's also like all of us has been in that case where like you're out like I don't know, like you're on vacation or something, like you're going somewhere sightseeing, and you've just been walking for hours, and you're just like you just need a place to sit.
Yeah,
right.
And that
would be good for that.
I mean, for what I do, you know, I'm on set a lot, like on film sets, and those are 12-hour days. Like, there's just no getting around it. And a lot of time, it's you sit on what are called you know, Apple boxes. If you can find one of those are good portable seats to have. But something like this, I think, would even be good for that. Although, you know, if you're working on a set, a lot of time you have other gear attached to you, so it's probably not going to fit. What I'm going to do is, if I had that on me, I'm going to do one of two things. One, I'm going to forget, and I'm going to sit the wrong way, and all of a sudden I have these rods just inserted into my ass. Or the other thing is, like, I'm going to be sitting on it, right, with the legs extended. I'm going to kick it out from under me one of these times. Like, by complete accident. I am going to do it.
Or someone else will.
Yeah, or someone else will, just to be a dick.
Okay. Let me give you a scenario. Okay, so imagine you're sitting on the bus, like in an actual seat. You're sitting on the bus, and like you're in the very back or something. Like, bus is kind of full.
Yeah.
And you see this guy get on the bus, and he has that stupid fucking chair thing. He sits like right next to you, like in the middle of the aisle. What are you gonna do? Yeah, you're kicking the fucking legs.
I'm gonna be like, all right, I'm gonna need you to move, Mr. Fucking Chair Pants.
Chair Pants, bro.
Chair Pants, head ass.
My God.
No, like in certain scenarios, if I saw someone wearing those, like I would be pissed.
Yeah.
Like it would generally make me frustrated.
Well,
like,
pissed about what though? I guess.
Well, because I don't have one. That's
yeah. I was gonna say, like, I would be mad they're doing it. I'd be like, wow, okay, these people actually buy these things. Maybe there's something to them, and I gotta go buy them now. So,
right.
Yeah, I mean, the price isn't terrible. I think the video said it was like $168. So I'm like, that's not the worst thing in the world. Like, if you had some extra money.
Well, I was about to say, I think it may have just recently left Kickstarter, and now I think it's like its own thing.
Okay.
So it currently has its own website. You can buy one at I don't really know what the site is. It's Lex by a Stride, I think.
Okay.
And it's their official website. You can pre-order one now. I'm trying to pull up and see if I can get a price really quick. The price right now is, wait a second, that can't be right. Hang on a second, because I pulled up the price and it said $124,000, and I know that's not right. Okay, no, it's okay. You can get one for it's actually currently on sale for $400.
Oh shit.
And the original price is $600, and you can also get a dual pack, which basically like you get get two of them. Yeah.
A twofer.
For $1,200, and that's before the sale, and then $730. And then there's also like a 5-pair, which you can get for $1,600.
Jesus, man!
So like you can get these for all your friends, and they'll all greatly
I can't wait to play NHL on that.
They'll be flexing with their chair pants.
Yeah.
I could try to imagine Brendy like going to Jimmy John's. What's up, guys? How you doing?
I don't think you understand. I don't think you understand. Like working from 6 a.m. to 11 a.m. Like I don't really actually get to sit as much as you might think, and like because like I'm slicing onions, like I'm slicing meats. It's like I need to fucking sit. I would definitely buy that.
I want to see a manager get mad at this. Like Brendy, why are you sitting at work? It's like, well, I have my chair pants. Like I'm not really sitting. I mean, I didn't pull up a chair. I mean, they're just attached to me.
Exactly.
Like I want to see somebody try and fight this, like a manager or a boss or owner.
Dude, if I was in the NHL and I had chair pants, I'd play sitting down.
Dude, there wouldn't be a bench. Bro, there wouldn't be a bench anymore. Just everybody wears chair pants. It's part of the uniform now.
You can't have coaches throwing the bench on the ice now. So
I'm just gonna. I mean, the sticks are still there. The stick rack is what every coach seems to want to go for when they're trying to throw stuff on the ice. So. Maybe you throw your chair pants. Hey, ref, take a load off, pal.
So last thought. So if someone gets that for you for Christmas, are you using it?
Fuck yeah.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
Fuck no, baby.
And I'm a flex hard as fuck walking around campus with these things on. I'm telling you right now.
Just sit in the middle of campus, like, just get looks.
I'm just gonna sit like on like a staircase or something. I have classrooms that have kind of like they have like what I'm talking about. They have like levels. Like when you go into a classroom, like they have like yeah. It's like one of those like smaller stairs. I'm just gonna sit on the side and be like, I'm good right here. I don't need a fucking seat. Like fuck that. I got my chair pants. Hey, physics professor, explain this one to me.
All right.
How come I'm sitting on 2 stilts?
So unfortunately for you guys, I don't actually have a ranked list this week, but there's a good reason for that. Okay. I do want to briefly talk about something before we move on to the next story that we have. So one thing that we are planning to do is a trivia night kind of for the podcast. Mm-hmm. So just to be clear, the reason why, one of the reasons why I didn't have a list this week is because I've got my list of questions ready, like all good to go. Wow. So literally, all we're waiting on now is a visual. We'll figure that out in like a few weeks time.
I'm gonna do like the Jeopardy PowerPoint that you would do in like class, like high school, like whenever you're playing like Jeopardy for extra credit points.
The thing is like you would need me to I don't know if you would need me to control it or what, but
probably yeah. Well, there's a lot of logistics we still need to figure out before we do this. But the fact that Brendy's got his questions ready is already a very good thing. So it's a good start.
Right. And let me put it this way: I gave you guys questions that I feel like any single one of you could get.
I was gonna say, like, am I gonna be?
That was not easy, by the way.
Oh, I'm sure not. I was gonna say, am I gonna get like a study guide for this? Like,
no study guide.
Fuck me.
No, Jeopardy doesn't give you a study guide.
I'm telling you right now, Tyler's winning. Like, I don't think it's any question, honestly.
Wow. All right. Well, we'll see. I actually think either one of y'all could, or any of you guys could win.
Okay.
So,
all right, cool.
There's a little bit of everything: music, sports, video games, and even some. There's even some mixed bag in there. So,
all right, cool.
All right, that's all I wanted to say. So, Tyler.
I'm a little disappointed there's no ranker, but I'll give you a break.
Yeah, I know. I enjoy the rankers.
Well, the reason I don't have the ranker is because I was trying to save up questions for the for trivia night. So
you know what?
I like how we're just calling them rankers.
Yeah.
All right, so we are gonna move on to our second topic here. Kind of a little more of a laid back session. We're going to talk about old video games we used to play. Now, if you're not familiar, me and Bobby grew up together in New Jersey, and Zach and Brendy grew up together in Georgia. So obviously,
Georgia.
So obviously,
Dirty Jers.
Shut the fuck up. Obviously, we didn't know each other back then. So I don't think we ever really discussed like what old games we used to play. We're gonna get into that now and kind of have a laid back discussion. So, a first question I have to ask, like, what? Obviously, I know for me and Bobby, but like, what was the systems you guys had in your childhood?
So the main two that we had was the Xbox original and the PS2.
Fuck
yeah, Brendy used to live like across the street from me, so
I would cross the street and be at his house.
We'd literally just run to each other's houses. I don't want to make that clear that we ran and not walk.
I had to make fucking dates
every day,
just to get
dude.
Tyler's
This is
house.
like, all right, you want to go back to my house? I'll race you.
That's like if we got bored at my house, we would go over to Zach's house.
It's funny too, because me and Bobby grew up in a really small town, but for a really small town, when you're our age, it's hard. It was hard for us to get, like a bike ride is like probably 15 minutes from my house to his house.
I think I've biked to your house a couple of times, but most of the time it'd be dropped off. I mean, my street was essentially where me and Tyler's friends were kind of always at. So I was basically walking and biking everywhere, but then Tyler was always like on the other side of town, so I'd have to either bike there or like, hey mom, give me a ride, please.
There was basically 3 sections of our town, and Bobby's section was where all the kids we went to school were with. My section was like me and a bunch of old people. And then there was another section that our friend Kevin lived in, which was kind of a mixed bag because that went in with a major town.
But he had like the best area though, just for the simple fact that there was more shit to do over there. I mean, he lived by a lake that you could fish or whatever in. And then for whatever reason, the parking lot that's by the power plant near him was a fucking spot for some weird reason.
Yeah, we always used to have. We're getting off topic already. That didn't take long.
Yeah,
but we would have our Razor scooters and go ham over there. But yeah, as for the video game systems, that was, I think, our main two was Well, we actually had the original Xbox and obviously the 360. We both had You had a PS2, right?
Yeah, I actually had a PS1. I had a PS1 all the way up through 2, and then I didn't get 3. So
and then Dark Horse, we had the original Wii, which was a lot of fun.
I still play. We still have the original. We have a Wii here in my apartment.
I had the Xbox and Brendy had the PS2.
Nice,
right? Okay. And just to be like. So you guys are mentioning like the 360 and the original Wii. I just want to say like you guys like you're not going far back enough. Like me and Zach, like those were the consoles that like we've been playing. Like we were like 4 years old and playing on.
Ricardo, so, like, I'm with you. He said GameCube Master Race.
I mean,
I've never had a GameCube or played on it.
Yeah, I haven't either. I was never a big Nintendo player as a kid.
And me neither.
I was like I had the Game Boy Colors and the Game Boy Advance.
Oh my god, dude! Do you remember Guitar Hero on the Nintendo DS?
Fuck that, dude.
Dude, I'm not even kidding. It was Guitar Hero on Tour. I think that's what it's called.
Yeah.
And I played that on the bus to school every day. I'm not even kidding.
Did you get like punched in the face for that because it's like 7 or 8 in the morning. It's clack 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 clack.
No, everyone was watching me because I was actually really good at Guitar Hero back in the day.
You're the cool kid.
Okay, first of all,
and keep in mind for Guitar Hero on tour, I had like the big ass guitar pick, and I had like a headset for my Nintendo DS.
The bullshit in your story is that people actually paid attention to you at school, there, bud. So
on the bus they did because I was the cool kid on the bus.
You were cool for the bus ride there, and then once you got there, they're like, "All right, fuck you, bye."
Yeah, like I said, when I step foot on
public school here.
Yeah,
when I step foot off the bus, I just get like kicked in the fucking mud.
Oh, that was cool, buddy. Thanks for showing us. Whack.
Like,
all right, fuck you, pussy boy.
Our elementary school music class was such a joke, but it was so fun at the same time. Our 2 things we did mainly was Garage Band and Guitar Hero.
And Dance Dance Revolution every once in a while.
Oh, yeah, and Dance Dance Revolution.
Hold on.
You guys play video games in your music
Dude,
class?
we did.
Yeah.
You know what we even did? We fucking watched like High School Musical more than a number of times as well.
We had to
it was
fucking
ridiculous.
do recorder karate.
We did that too. Don't worry.
So like I loved our music. Like our music teacher was awesome. He was like the best. But like if you're trying to teach us music, he's not the guy.
Like it's not that he doesn't know music. It's that it's not centered on like music theory or any of that. Like, okay, cool, you're playing recorder and you can play that, and then he does do band because I did band with him for a while and the chorus as well, which I don't know why I did. I can't sing for shit, but you know. He knows his stuff. It just the class was never centered around it. I mean, we would just play with loops and GarageBand, which, by the way, I'm taking a class on that now. Like, I'm paying for that class now to make loops in GarageBand. No joke. I'm taking a music technology class, and we've been making loops in GarageBand right now.
It was literally kindergarten to 6th grade. Like, basically every day. Like, we would watch like either a movie or like play Guitar Hero. I remember like we had kids in our class that, you know, thought they were really good, and they were, and like really good.
It was the only 2 guys that could play on expert.
They literally play on expert, like have the guitar like behind their back. Like, over their head. Like,
they put on a show.
I want to ask, did you guys was 6th grade a part of middle school or elementary school?
Elementary school for us.
It's middle school for us.
7th grade and 8th grade is middle school for us.
So I know like some schools, like even like 5th grade is middle school, but yeah, for us it was 6th grade is middle school or elementary school, 7th and 8th were middle school, and then 9 and up was high school.
Yeah,
it was 6, 7, 8 for middle school for us.
6, 7, 8 is our middle school, and when you get to 6th grade, they're like, "Bitch, you're an adult now."
Yeah, nah, fuck that. They gave us one more buffer year for that. Although 6th grade, me and Tyler had one of the best teachers, which I just saw her the other day. Tyler, remind me to tell you about that when I get on there. We had this one teacher that had a soft spot for me and Tyler because we were always together, and she'd make fun of us. So
we were also like goody 2-shoes.
That too. Yeah, no, we were.
Just like, come on, do some like, make me send you to the principal.
Yeah, come on, please. I've been begging for this. Dear God.
But like. As far as like the music, like it was literally every day, and like it was like I still have I think there was a rock band that came out like a year and a half ago or 2 years ago that I have now, and like I always bought I remember like Bobby would sleep over, it would be like 8 o'clock in the morning, we'd wake up and play Guitar Hero.
Guitar Hero 3 was our main, I think.
My whole family's sleeping, we're like had the TV on like volume 70.
Dude, we played on a projection like massive TV. That's what I mainly loved about Tyler's house was he had the setup.
I had a 70-inch TV. It was that like sat on the ground. Dude, that thing weighed like it had to be like 7 tons. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, like I hope whenever you guys got that in, I don't know, this was years ago obviously, and you guys don't have it anymore, but like the wherever you set it, you don't move it. Like those TVs, you just don't move.
I'll tell you how old it is. It was bought at Circuit City. That's how old that TV
Holy shit.
that's how old that TV was.
Jeez.
Yo, shout out to Circuit City. I fucking miss y'all.
But yeah, so we would do that.
Big ups. I used to buy my PSP games there.
Man, last time I went there, I got a movie at Blockbuster.
Are they even trying to push the PSP in? That's dead, right?
Well,
what's that?
The PSP. That's dead, right?
Oh yeah, it's dead as fuck.
I know Zach used to have one, and
I had one.
I don't know how much he played on that PSP, but I remember like I occasionally played it, and like I didn't really like it. But that was just me.
I played Need for Speed. I played Grand Theft Auto Vice City.
Didn't you play Madden as well?
Yeah, I had Madden 08 on it.
I had a PSP. I actually just found it, but the joystick fell off of it, so like, it doesn't really work anymore. But I remember having like NBA 2007, and they used to have like a All-Star competition that like none of the console games had. It had like the 3-point contest, like
wow,
the pass the ball and the ring contest,
exclusive. Who fucking thought?
But
my ex-girlfriend took my PSP.
Holy shit! Oh no.
Sometimes I'll text her at like 3 a.m. and be like, "Yo, can I get my PSP back?" I've had a bit to drink.
Although, like, I feel like the Nintendo Switch, like, if you don't play it on the TV, is kind of like a PSP now. No,
it is.
So I do have
idea. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. That's why I bought it.
Yeah.
So are me and Zach the only ones with Switches here?
No, Ty's got one. Ty's got one, remember?
Okay.
Wait, Ty, can you quickly tell that story real quick?
I will tell the story. So, living in New Jersey, we have the Jersey Shore, as everybody knows, and on the boardwalk, there's this one arcade that me and my family... Wildwood, yeah. Me and my family would have been going to it for years, and we just kept saving up tokens. So much that we had enough to buy a Nintendo Switch. Now, the big problem was it was between a Nintendo Switch and, as a Pirates fan, this was close to my heart, a signed, authentic Andrew McCutchen Pirates jersey. And it was a tough decision, but we went with the Switch because it was me and my sister. We got it for both of us. But yes, I have a Switch now. It's good. I love it.
You had to be there for...
There's a part of me that like was like, oh god, that would be nice. But I called Bobby. I was like, I need your help.
Like,
I need your help.
It scares. He doesn't call me very often. Like, he'll text me things. Like, you know, we'll talk sports or whatever, or fantasy or whatever over text a lot of the time. Like, mostly every day. But when he calls me, something's up. Like it's never.
Like, great, he's dead.
Yeah. Well, he calls me and he goes, "I have a dilemma." I'm like, oh my fucking god, what? And he explained that to me, and I was just like, oh geez. I think my girlfriend heard it too, and she was like, oh for fuck's sake, what are you guys doing? Like, she was just shaking her head at me the whole time.
Yeah, so I've kind of adopted that policy for you too, Bobby. Like, can you remember the last time I've texted you?
No, not off the top of my head.
Because I've decided if I'm going to text you or call you now, it has to be an absolute emergency because I know you will not reply otherwise.
And honestly, that I feel like that, you know, I am the worst texter of all time.
Like, okay, unless I'm your girlfriend unless I'm your girlfriend or I'm dying, like you're not answering.
Yeah, no, you're right about that. But honestly, me and Tyler know somebody who's worse than me because we've been trying to get him into a fantasy league.
That can't be possible.
Dude, no, it's bad. It really is. It's bad. It's really bad. Like, I went as far as to email him to try and get him to fucking accept this fantasy invite.
Did you try sending him a written letter too?
Yeah, I'm gonna fucking carrier pigeon his ass. Like, here, take this link, put it into your fucking computer or your phone, and sign up with the fantasy league, you dope. It was annoying, and he never even ended up joining just because we. I love him. I love him.
Like, did he ever reply? By the way,
no.
Like, he could be dead. I literally have no idea. I live 3 blocks away from him. I should probably like.
Yeah, go take a walk or something.
Go knock on his door and be like, "Hey, bud, you good?"
Ty, go knock up for Logan. When was the last time you said a sentence that had knock up in it? Honestly.
Also, I just want to know if he's that bad. Like, how on earth? Like, how on earth did he show his interest in the first place?
Because it was once in a blue moon, and of course we got him on that blue moon, so we weren't going to get him again.
So probably my fault for not sending it right then and there, but I didn't have anything set up on FanDuel yet, so otherwise I would have did it right there.
You guys said blue moon, I just thought...
This dude is already thinking about his next beer on this.
Hey man, it's Friday night.
Yeah,
let's get back on track. I don't remember even what... Brendy was
video games.
Old video game.
No. Brendy said something about the Nintendo Switch, and he was asking.
He said it was basically like a PSP, or was what we were talking about originally.
I don't know if you were going with somewhere with that, but I went to.
Where'd you wait? Who said it? Didn't you say? I thought you said it.
Well, I said it's basically a PSP.
This is what happens when we have laid back conversations.
I don't know, it really is. Anyway, I'm gonna take this on a page, and
all right.
I mean, for me and Bobby, I think this is our favorite childhood game of all time. NASCAR Thunder 2003.
Dude. This is the game I taught you everything on because I figured out how you can really have fun on that game.
the way you have
flags and drive backwards.
Yep, there you go.
turn off the flags. Put it on cosmetic. Put it on cosmetic.
Oh
damage
no, dude.
only.
Like no, you are an invincible car. Like you just turn on the invincibility. Your car.
No, you want the real damage.
No,
on it.
no.
Yeah, you do.
No, your car doesn't get damaged. Everybody else's does.
The other ones do.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, I want to see how damaged I can get my car before it's completely fucked.
The problem is you drive backwards one time, you hit people, and then you're done after that. Like you got to put it on. Literally, we would do races where we'd have the invincible car. We'd put it on like I don't know, like not even that many laps. By the end of the race, like 3 people would finish at 43.
The best 2 tracks were no question Talladega. Because if you don't know anything about NASCAR racetracks, Talladega is this massive track.
I've been there in real life.
You do not hit the brakes on that track. You go 200 miles per hour and you do not stop. It is a fast fucking track.
What happens if your butt itches like while you're racing?
If what? Wait, if
wiggle
what?
around in your seat a little bit and suck it up.
Yeah. Honestly. And then the other track was Bristol, and Bristol's a short track. And you know, you go slow, but the fun part about that is because it's such a short track, it's so congested. So if you can fly around one lap, you will catch everybody in one swing. Like it's not even a question.
I just want to say about Bristol though, Tennessee played a football game there, and like
on the track.
No, like they converted it to a football field for that game.
They played a game on the asphalt. You're right.
Fuck it.
Keep going.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, because obviously CTE is such an important measure now, right?
Yeah, but if you can imagine, like that's like a stadium that fills like almost 200,000 people, and like the people that were sitting in like the very top seats, I'm pretty sure like I don't know how the hell they managed to see what the hell was going on, because like not only were they sitting high up, they were also sitting incredibly far away.
I mean,
because like it's like you can imagine like a NASCAR stadium, like it not only is it big, but it's also wide.
That's why I've been to like I'm not an Eagles fan, but because I live right near Philadelphia, the local stadium is Lincoln Financial Field, the Eagles stadium, and I haven't been there for an Eagles game, but I've been there for a concert. And even though I was in basically the nosebleeds, there's really not a bad seat in that place. And that could fit, what? I don't know, 100,000 people, I think, maybe a little more.
I don't even know.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it's funny with NASCAR, like that game wasn't fun unless we were doing that, I felt like. And also that game, we were able to create the custom cars,
Those were fun.
which I feel like they took out in the games later, which was really dumb.
They really? I haven't bought one since 2003.
I mean, I had like NASCAR 2006 or something on the PS2, and I don't think you could. And yeah, that game was just
holy shit.
That's the game, by the way.
Holy hell!
But yeah, that was our big game. But like the PS2 is where all our memories are. The other game, I think I actually mentioned this on the podcast before.
We've definitely mentioned this
Road Trip.
We've mentioned this on the podcast a couple of
times. Which is like a cartoon racing free roam kind of game. Honestly, ahead of its time.
I want to see if we can get it in an emulator, and I might stream it. Hold on, let me find this game.
It also had car soccer. It's literally like it was Rocket League before Rocket League.
And Rocket League did have official predecessor, but this was still way before that game even came out, because it was like Rocket Powered Battle Cars, whatever, was Rocket League's predecessor, made by the same company, but it was for the PS3. So Road Trip was still beforehand.
Road Trip, I think, was made in like 2000.
I'm looking.
I want to say
2002, actually. January 10, 2002 was initial release date. It has 80% on Metacritic. It's probably because only a few people actually know about this game. Wait, it did come out for the PS3? What? Oh, wait, backwards compatible. Never mind. Sorry, go ahead, Brendy.
I was just gonna say, there's no doubt that like probably me and Zach's number one old game as a kid, and you guys may have even played this like once or twice, but our number one game was definitely The Sims 2, and it wasn't even close.
I wasn't a huge Sims guy, but I had it for the Game Boy Advance, and I kept shooting myself in the street.
But think about what The Sims 2 would be like on the PS2. It's literally third person Sims. Like you're in control of the sim. Like it's not like they do have like a classic option where like there's like a cursor and like you tell them to do whatever, but like no, like you literally are the sim in that game, and it's so like and there's a story mode to it. Like that's pretty dope in my opinion.
I think I remember playing Sims 2, but I don't remember. Like, it definitely wasn't on the PlayStation.
I had Sims Pets.
It was on the PS2.
Yeah, so I did have the Sims 2 Pets as well for the PlayStation, but I never I didn't really play it much because it was only single player.
Yeah.
But for the Sims 2, it's kind of funny because like the PC version of the Sims 2 is completely different.
No kidding.
But on PlayStation, it was like probably the most fun I've ever had playing a video game.
Oh, you know what I think I played it on? I think I played it on the Nintendo DS.
Oh, there you go. Oh,
that's what I think it was.
Wait. Speaking of the DS, hey Tyler, how are your Nintendogs?
They are dead 8 years ago.
Yeah, I had about 3 Nintendo games.
Yeah.
By the way,
I had those too. I got into those games. I don't remember my dog's name, but I remember him vividly. Golden Retriever, but I can't think of his name. But like, I played that game every goddamn day.
Oh yeah, dude, it was the rage for a while, like for a long time.
So I had Nintendogs, Chihuahua and Friends, and then I had Labrador, and then I had Dalmatian. And Labrador was by far my favorite, which makes no sense because they're literally all the same fucking game.
Jesus.
But no, I remember I literally had the best dog you could like possibly have, and I won every single frisbee contest and agility course that I could, and I was so fucking rich.
God damn.
I remember like the frisbee contests and stuff, and like I remember like you could take your dog for a walk, and like there was I don't know if it was this, but I'm pretty sure there was literally piles of shit on the ground that you had to like avoid.
I remember
this. So what you're thinking of, it's literally piles of garbage.
Oh, okay.
And honestly, like even if your dog eats them, it like they're slow for like 10 seconds and then nothing happens. Like the funny thing about Nintendogs too was like, so like I was like a master with like frisbees and like the agility course, and like I had like $500,000, but they also had obedience trials where like you could teach your dog tricks and stuff.
I know what you're talking about. I remember.
But the thing is, I could not figure that. I didn't realize you're supposed to talk to your dog and like get it to like do tricks and stuff. Like here I am, like a millionaire in Nintendogs, and I don't know how to make my dog sit.
Yeah,
like,
I remember that.
And like keep in mind, I'm like 8 or 9 years old, so it's like I figured out everything except that. It was like I would occasionally like have my dog like do these obedience trials, and like they would literally just like stand there and like wait for me to like tell it to do a trick. I'm like sit, and like it just like looks at me.
Or it gives you in the game, it gives you like the confused puppy face where like cocks his head to the side and looks at you.
Yeah,
like,
the red question marks.
Oh god, I'm finally having memories now of when you mentioned the skills competition, like the frisbee and stuff. You had to like viciously tap on the frisbee as you threw it or whatever. Isn't that what you had to do? Then you have to like
I can't remember.
I think it was like, okay, so you threw the frisbee, so you basically took the stylus and you just threw it up across the screen to throw it. And then you had to direct the dog on where to go, so you had to just like viciously tap on the screen.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, to get it to go catch the fucking frisbee.
Yes.
Jesus Christ,
that game was something. But I'm actually surprised for you guys, like especially with the we all bought the remastered, haven't played in a while, but whatever. That CTR wasn't like your number one.
So CTR like would probably be second place. But the thing about CTR back in the day was I didn't know a whole lot of the shortcuts, and neither did Zach. Like we knew like a couple, but the problem is like everyone in like the CTR remaster like basically knows every single shortcut, and like
people are sweaty on that game.
We suck. We suck at that game.
Remake.
Like it's a fun game, don't get me wrong, but like it does get frustrating when like you think you complete a lap really fast, and like there's a person that's like 30 seconds ahead of you.
They peer pressured me to buy this game, by the way, and we haven't touched it since. So fuck you guys.
Well, no, I'm down to play it, but like I need to learn the shortcuts first. But but the thing about the old game was like I guess me and Zach were always on an equal playing field, so it didn't really matter too much.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was like CTR would be a close second, and then And then third, kind of similar game would probably be like Crash Tag Team Racing. It's a similar game in a way, but like Zach will tell you, like you can like morph two vehicles into one. So like Zach would drive, and then like I would choose a character that had a minigun and just spray everyone behind me.
Oh yeah, I was definitely the gunner, man. And I've always been the shooter.
I thought you were always the driver.
Oh, no, I was the driver. I was the driver. Yeah, I've always been the driver.
Yeah, you've been that in like every video game since we've been like 7. You've been 7.
Yeah,
so
dude. That's why I always drive in GTA to this day.
Yeah, but in Red Dead, it's a different story.
I feel like my driving skills on GTA have been lacking. We're working on it, fellas.
Well, the thing about your driving in GTA though is that I feel like you intentionally screw up.
Yeah,
like just to make it funny.
Not to mention that driving is like completely, not even a possibility in GTA anymore.
Yeah,
that is the truth.
I will say, like, it's funny too with the NASCAR for us is like 2003 was a great year for sports because the other great game was Tiger Woods PGA Tour 2003 and NHL 2003 were like my favorite games ever.
Dude, a lot of people really liked Madden 04 too. That's like one of the legendary Madden games.
Was that the Michael Vick one?
Yeah, that's I don't remember playing Madden like back then.
Can I put in a bid for the best football game of all time?
What's that?
I already know what you're gonna.
ESPN 2K5, and it's not even close. It's not even close.
That game was great just because the presentation was like so ahead of its time.
I thought the mechanics too even just were great. I mean, it was a little weird looking when you even play, especially playing now. You hike the ball and there's like a little stutter that happens. Like everybody gets in position, but the game felt awesome, and there was so much shit you could do on that game. It was amazing. I love that game.
Tyler, you mentioned Tiger Woods 2003. I was actually Tiger Woods 2004. Like that was my game. And
you're what?
2004.
Okay, yeah.
So just the year after, but I don't know. Fun fact, I've actually always been like a Tiger Woods fan, like throughout my whole life, like even throughout like all the scandals and stuff. Like anyone that's known me would tell you, like I was always into Tiger Woods. But
I obviously like with the scandals, it's kind of tough to judgment wise, but yeah, he always seemed like just a great guy, and they obviously being the best golfer, probably of all time, they really centered the game. Like it wasn't called like just PGA Tour; it was literally called Tiger Woods PGA Tour. Like they went all in for the marketing. But that game was, I remember they had a game mode in there, like where you could do speed golf. You'd literally hit the ball. You'd have to make your guy run to the next ball. And I remember there was.
I don't remember that.
There was this like they had created characters for each like course. So like. For like the Hawaiian course, they had like this big like Samoan guy. They had like for the Scotland course, like they had this made up like old guy. For the for the Welsh, they had like whatever. And,
I remember they had like this Scottish course, and like they had a dude like in a giant kilt.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about. Yeah,
I think they had like some of the same characters too, because I feel like I know what you're talking about.
And that's so funny. And yeah, I literally picked like the oldest guy just like to make him run in speed golf. Like that was.
You're a dick. You're a fucking dick.
I literally have my PS2 still set up, and I have a box of games that I went through today, like to look at the old games I played. Like it's all PS2 games. The other games I used to play a lot were Tony Hawk games.
Tony Hawk, American fucking Wasteland.
Which one did we play, Zach?
Dude, we played Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3 and 4. I played 2. I don't think you played that though, because I had that on.
No, which one had the Ace of Spades?
That was 3. That was 3 because
I don't remember which one had that. But we also played Tony Hawk's Underground.
Right. I think 3 was our. I think 3 was our favorite though.
If you haven't played American Wasteland, you haven't lived, man. That game is fucking awesome.
I played that.
That game was after Pro Skater and Underground.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say I have Underground but like again, the weird things you remember from this game is that I remember in Pro Skater 3, they used to have a demo for a snowboarding game that I don't know if it was related with like Tony Hawk or something.
SSX?
It might have been actually. Like this was like a while ago, obviously.
Probably SSX. That was the big one.
They would have a demo for that, and I would play that like as much as I would play the actual game. Like that was fun because that game had like all the secret places and stuff like that. And
which
that was good.
Which Tony Hawk game had like the giant airport where, and like if you skated the right way, you could like visit countries and stuff.
Not 3. I don't.
And when I say visit, I say visit. I don't mean literally like go to the country. I mean like you skate on the flag or something, and it says you visited, Canada or something.
Oh, so it was like an achievement type thing. Like
yeah, it was an achievement, but
I have no idea.
But like it would say you visited it, so that's why I said that.
I remember in like 3, you would have to go to like if you want to go to a secret location, you'd like have to go up to it and do a certain trick, and it literally just like glitch you through the wall, and like it would put you in like another skate park. And I remember like there was a cruise ship one that like there was a cruise ship map. There was actually there was an airport map on that. Now that I'm thinking about it, but
I think it was either 3 or Underground. I can't remember which one.
Underground was like New York. I remember it being like New Jersey and Manhattan. It was original. Like I remember the first level in Underground. Or yeah, it was Underground. The first level in Underground, you were in like North Jersey, I'm pretty sure, and then you went up to Manhattan.
That makes sense. I just remember, so American Wasteland was like the really only Tony Hawk game I got into, and Ty, you were mentioning like the weird things you remember from that game. So the main point of the game is that you're a skater going around trying to gather parts for a fucking skate park that they're building somewhere, like on some ranch. So
yeah,
there was this like dinosaur head like on top of like a building for like a ride or something, and standing right in front of that were these like protesters, like these vegan protesters. Like they literally would go, "Save our sheep." It was like these 3 women. It was ridiculous. Dude, go look it up.
That.
Yeah. So what they told you to do was you wanted the dinosaur head, so you had to steal it. But it's like this massive dinosaur head, and it was attached to the ceiling or the front of the building. So what do? You like not a spin on the nose of it, and then after you do it for a while, it just falls over and it crushes one of the protesters, and then you steal it. It was ridiculous. The game was so ridiculous. It was so fun, but it was so ridiculous. Like, oh god.
Go ahead.
Sorry, I was just gonna ask. Well, do you have one more point to make about this? Because I have an interesting question to ask.
No, I was just about to say, like, I know, like, I'm gonna have an urge to go play PS2 now.
Well, okay, I was gonna just show on stream real quick that you can go to. Tyler knows this website well because he was grinding Super Mario years ago, and I got him an emulator from this site. I found one for Road Trip on CoolROM.com. So there's one for
hurry up. We're running low on time.
Yeah, go ahead. I was
all.
just showing, so you're good. CoolROM.com though. So yeah, go ahead.
So I was just gonna ask you guys. So like, and this is something I have done many times during my childhood. Has there ever been like a funny like game moment that you've had, and then like you've tried to like reenact it in real life?
I mean, we were playing like Tony Hawk. I couldn't fucking skateboard. I'm not in NASCAR. I'm not.
So another game me and Zach used to play from time to time, but like didn't really a whole lot because it was single player. Was the original Spider-Man? And there is this level where you broke into the Oscorp corporation or whatever. And there's like these
robots and shit.
Yeah, there's this there's these security robots, and there's this one room that like basically if you hid in the shadows, like the robots couldn't see you. So what we would do is like we would go into this tiny office that had like one chair and like a flower pot or something, and we'd wait for the security robots to leave the room, and then like we would throw the chair and hit the security robot. So the security robot would freak out and then pretend nothing happened. And
Jesus Christ.
For some reason, like I always just remember like reenacting that like in real life, and it's just like it's just one of those things where it's like you kind of like do like when you're a kid, like just being dorks.
I was gonna say like for us, like it wasn't based off the video game, but like me and Bobby, every time I went to his house, would literally have like fucking SmackDown event wrestling matches.
Oh fuck yeah, dude!
Like literally every time.
Yeah, dude. Me and him were
in
huge
his living room.
WWE fans.
Dude,
back in the day.
I did that at one of my birthday parties as a kid one time. So we pretty much had like a Royal Rumble.
Oh, dude, that's what I had to break one up in my school once. I was a safety, and I had to break one up happening in the schoolyard. You know how fucking weird that was?
Zach, so I actually remember that birthday party. I remember I got scared because of that and left. I'm not even kidding.
You bitch.
I never knew that, so thank you for telling me that.
No,
you just gave him fuel, dude.
No, so I remember that birthday party. Like it was me, you, and then like you invited like 4 or 5 of your friends.
Yeah, I had some other friends that you didn't know.
And yeah, and like we were all in the basement, and like we were watching wrestling or boxing or something on the TV. And like I was like, man, I don't fucking care about this shit. And then all of a sudden, like one of you guys brings out like the like the wrestling. No, like brings out like a wrestling mat, and like Zach's like, all right, who wants to wrestle? And then everyone's like me, and like I didn't say anything, and then like y'all started to wrestle, and then I was like, I'm gonna go get a drink, and then I left.
Me and Bobby, you literally bought like the belts. And,
we had not like the actual belt. I do know somebody who has like the replica belt. These were like the ones you would get at Toys R Us that were plastic, and we would use a label maker and put our names on the belts.
Yeah.
I literally, I just want you to know, I literally like went home in tears because I was scared.
Oh my god, dude! What?
I never knew this, dude. This is like a 15-year-old story, dude.
I love this story.
That's but like what me and Bobby would do is we'd be like, okay, you had the heavyweight championship belt. I'm not gonna get that one. I'm gonna get the WWE belt. Okay, you had the like we would basically get different belts so we could do different matches.
You had the tag team ones. No, I did. No, I had one.
You had the tag team and the world heavyweight. I had the WWE, the one that spun, like I forget, like the whatever.
Yeah.
I had the money one. The money in the
the $1 million belt. Ted DiBiase. Yep.
Yeah, the $1 million.
The $1 million belt. That belt was fucking sick. I had the US belt.
Yeah. I had one more. I can't remember what it was.
It wasn't Intercontinental, was it?
No, you had that one.
I just remember like me and Ty would still like create the storylines though. So I have no idea how many times I betrayed you and then we made up later, like in the wrestling matches. Like we probably did that 50 times. God. I also had like a microphone that actually had you could change your voice to like the Undertaker and John Cena if you held it down and spoke into it. I think Rey Mysterio was on there too. And the funny thing about the Rey Mysterio voice is if you would hold it down, you would sound like this. I'm Rey Mysterio. Like it was bad. Like his voice doesn't even sound anything like that, but the modulation would look like that. So that was fun. We had the games too, like 2006, 2007.
Well, I was gonna say like for Brendy's original point, like we didn't base it off the actual wrestling games, but like it kind of was like. It was just so much fun.
I'll say that I reference a lot of old gaming moments. Like, I don't think Tyler ever actually found this funny, but I did. We were playing, like, it was like the first, like, couple days I got a 360 and we were playing NHL because Tyler was, like, my first friend on Xbox and he's still the real one. So, we were playing NHL. I gotta think it was, like, 12 or something. No, it had to be something a little bit later. 15, maybe. Yeah, I think 15's right. Anyway, we were playing that, and we were facing each other. We always like face each other at least once in every NHL game. And I'm playing the Flyers, he's playing the Sharks, and we were both racing for a puck in the corner. And I was like, my puck, and just laid his ass out before he was even like 5 yards from it, and somehow didn't get a penalty. And
they did that a lot. I remember me and Zach used to do that too, and occasionally we would play NHL games, full 20 minutes, no penalties.
Oh,
I think this was NHL 15 where you could turn off the penalties.
Yep, I remember.
We'd literally turn it. We'd play a full 60-minute game.
Oh, shout out to
which
NHL
by the way,
hits.
Which by the way was not actually 20-minute periods because like even if you put it on 20 minutes, it would still like be a little bit faster.
I think it sped up the clock.
Yeah,
you usually can do that. You can usually speed up the clock to make it shorter periods. Because I
we put it on 20 minutes, expecting it to be like second for second periods.
Right.
And they would end up like I timed it one time. It ended up being like 13 or 14 minutes.
Oh really?
Huh. Yeah. Right. So I don't know why they did that, but
I don't know, man. You're trying to make sense of an NHL game. That's your first fucking mistake.
I've said this before on the podcast, I think, but I just played FIFA 2005 and didn't know you could change the time setting, so I literally played 90-minute games. and I play like USA versus like Nigeria and win like 45-0. Like literally what happened.
Christ.
Anyway, we do have to move on. We could literally have a whole show. That was so much fun. Like,
I will make a whole another episode out of this. I will talk about this all day.
We might have to come back to this.
We might. I'm having fun with this.
But for now, we are running short on time, so we are going to move on to our NFL picks for week 3. To recap week 2, bad week for all of us, really. The only shining moments. So Bobby went 0-3.
Of course.
Brendy went 2-1, and I went 1-2. But I actually got the prediction right for the Falcons-Eagles game, so I got an extra point there. So that's the only reason that I stayed in last week. But the standings.
I had a good week.
Fuck you and your fucking Falcons.
Well, I said some of us. I mean, 2-1.
You're not even an Eagles fan.
I'm not, but I wanted to be right.
Let's not.
You're not even a legit sports fan, Bobby.
Shut your mouth.
This
fucking guy. Are you fucking? Oh my god.
Hey, I didn't say it this time.
I know.
Fake
I know,
fan.
Zach. You think it whenever I'm talking sports. I swear to God.
Think it. I swear to God, dude. I think it every time.
Jesus Christ.
After 2 weeks, I'm up to 4 points. Brendy to 3, Bobby to 2. This week's games, we have the Chiefs and the Ravens. We have the Chargers and the Texans, and we have the Seahawks and the Drew Brees-less New Orleans Saints. So we're gonna run through this quickly. I'll just do all my picks first. I have Kansas City winning 34-23. Patrick Mahomes is a video game character. It's crazy. That is all I have to say with that. I have the Chargers winning 24-13 over the Texans. Chargers did not have a good week last week. Look for them to bounce back, and Houston barely got by Jacksonville. So, then I have Seattle winning 27-16 over New Orleans. No Drew Brees. That's going to be a problem for the next couple of weeks. And so I have Seahawks winning, who could go to 3-0, which makes things very interesting because they were a team that had some promise. So so that's all my picks. Bobby, what are yours?
All right, I got the Chiefs actually just edging out the Ravens 27-21. The offensive power for the Ravens is obviously there. And the Chiefs defense is not. And then basically for the Ravens, they have a really good defense, so they might be able to keep Mahomes on his heels a little bit. But like Tyler said, he literally is a fucking cheat code. So he's still gonna get them touchdowns. So I got the Chiefs winning 27-21. Chargers, Texans. I'm gonna just say about this one. I got the Chargers taking the game 24-14. I believe in the Chargers for the most part. Just not. I'm not high on the Texans. Quite yet, so I got the Chargers edging that one out. Seahawks and Saints. I got the Seahawks winning 21-17. I actually don't think Breeze is ice cold. I mean, we've talked about this already, and it's gonna suck to be without him for quite a while. But honestly, the Saints might be able to actually whip up something pretty decent. But this week's gonna be their buffer week, kinda. Where they're trying to figure out the system. So I think the Seahawks are going to take advantage of that and just edge them out 21-17. Also, Russell Wilson doesn't get talked about as much anymore, dude. And it's kind of sad.
You say that every podcast.
I know, but seriously, like every week he's that good. Like he's picking up the chances, man. I just don't understand why he's not talked about enough. But anyway, Seahawks 21-17.
All right, so I'll do my picks as quickly as I can because we're out of time. So I have I think I actually picked opposite of you guys for the first 2 games. So I have the Ravens beating the Chiefs 30-20. And kind of the same thing you were talking about, Tyler, about Patrick Mahomes being a human cheat code. But the thing is, Lamar Jackson also is a human cheat code.
He's looking great, man.
Yeah, and another thing is, like, I feel like this game, it's like either team could probably win, but like this seems like a pure toss up where like one team like might just have like the edge over something, like maybe some injury will happen. I don't know, but I do have the Ravens winning. It'll be close probably the whole time, even if it does finish as a 2-possession game. I have the Texans beating the Chargers. I'm not a fan of the Chargers, and I really do like Deshaun Watson. So there you go. And then the Saints and Seahawks, I got the Seahawks winning 27-14. I kind of think this is not necessarily going to be a blowout for the Seahawks, but like I'm really interested to see how Teddy Bridgewater is going to play.
Yeah.
And I will say, like, quickly, like, good for Teddy Bridgewater. Like, he deserves it.
Yeah.
Like he was a solidified starter before the gruesome injury, but I honestly just think the Saints are just going to end up scoring in garbage time and not really making it too competitive.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll definitely see. But I do have the Seahawks winning 27-14.
I'll say that it's going to be sorry, Ty. It's going to be an interesting week for the quarterback position in a lot of places. So I mean, the Saints have Bridgewater, but they've come out and basically said, yeah, we're basically running with 2 quarterbacks because they have what's his name running Wildcat all the time.
Taysom Hill.
Yeah, Taysom Hill. So that'd be interesting. We're also seeing the NFL regular season debuts of Daniel Jones on the Giants because they benched Eli Manning. And then isn't Rosen coming out? Josh Rosen?
Yeah, Rosen.
Yeah, so he's playing. And he'll be making his debut. And then who's filling in for Ben over in Pittsburgh? I forget.
Mason Rudolph.
Right, Mason Rudolph. So really going to be quite a few interesting games this week. So.
Also, I don't even know if you mentioned, but the Jets have their third stringer in.
Oh yeah, right. Who again? Barstool is holding on a fucking pedestal. I think right now it's fucking funny.
It sucks, man. Injuries suck. But anyway, that was their podcast. Again, something we might have to come back to with a video game topic because that was really fun. But this was a good podcast. We will be back next week, and that'll be episode 35. Can't believe it already. But until then, we will see you next time for episode 35 of the Come Play podcast.